Today, we're going to talk about something pretty wild. It's called Voyager, and it's an AI that figured out how to master one of the most complex digital worlds ever made. The crazy part? No one taught it. It taught itself. So let's dive in and see exactly how it pulled that off. All right, so to really get what makes Voyager so special, you gotta understand its playground, Minecraft. And look, this isn't just some game with a clear win button. It's this massive, wide open sandbox. There's no tutorial, no arrow telling you where to go. It's just a world with endless possibilities, and absolutely zero instructions. So that's the big question, right? In a world that has no rulebook, a world where the only thing that matters is pure curiosity, how on earth do you even begin to teach an AI to survive, let alone master it? And, this isn't just about playing a game better. This problem gets right to the heart of one of the biggest challenges in AI right now. It's about creating something that can learn continuously for its entire existence, kind of like how we humans do. See, most AI agents before this, well, they just couldn't handle these open worlds. They get stuck doing the same thing over and over, or they need humans to spoon-feed them huge amounts of data. But the real killer was this thing called catastrophic forgetting. Imagine you learn how to ride a bike, but in the process, you completely forget how to walk. That's catastrophic forgetting. It's a huge problem. But what if? What if an AI could actually beat all of that? Well, that's where Voyager comes in. It's the big new idea for solving this whole lifelong learning puzzle. So what is Voyager, really? Well, it's the very first agent of its kind that's powered by a large language model. Think of it as an AI with a body in the game, a true lifelong learner. The key here is that it explores, it learns new skills, and it discovers things entirely on its own. No human help at all. Okay, so how does this thing actually work? How does it think? Let's pop the hood and look at its architecture. The best way to picture it is like a brain with three really important parts that all work together. So these three parts are constantly working in a loop. It's pretty simple, really. First, it gets curious. Then it writes down what it learns. And finally, it practices and gets better. Curiosity, memory, and practice. Let's break down each one. All right, first up is the automatic curriculum. You can just think of this as its curiosity engine. Instead of sitting around waiting for a human to give it a mission, Voyager just asks itself, hey, what should I do next? The goal it comes up with is always based on what's happening right then and there. And it's always something that's a little bit of a stretch, just enough to push it to keep exploring. And check out how smart these goals are. It's not just picking random stuff to do. If it's standing by a river and, hey, it's got a fishing rod in its inventory, it thinks, I should probably catch a fish. Or if it gets dark and a zombie shows up, its new goal is, okay, time to fight this zombie. It's constantly looking at what it has and where it is to decide what's next. Okay, so Voyager sets a goal for itself. Now what? Well, once it figures out how to do that thing, it saves that knowledge. And it saves it in the second part of its brain, the skill library. This is basically its permanent long-term memory. And this is the secret sauce for how it beats that whole catastrophic forgetting thing we talked about. Its memory isn't just some fuzzy idea in a neural network. It's actual, concrete, reusable code. So when it learns how to fight a zombie, it literally writes a little program for it and saves it to its library. That skill is now locked in. It's there forever, perfectly preserved, ready to be called up whenever it's needed. But, nobody's perfect. What happens if the code it writes just doesn't work? Well, that's where the third and final part of its brain comes in, iterative prompting. This is how Voyager practices, how it learns from its mistakes, and how it gets better over time. This whole thing is a super tight feedback loop. Voyager tries to run the code. If it crashes or if something bad happens in the game because of it, it doesn't just throw its hands up and quit. Nope. It takes the error, the feedback, everything, and sends it back to its brain, basically saying, okay, that was a bust. Let's try that again, but better. And it just keeps doing this over and over until the code works perfectly. Only then, once it's perfected, does it get saved to that permanent skill library. So you've got this three-part brain, curiosity, a perfect memory, and a way to practice. It all sounds great on paper, right? But the real question is, does it actually work? Let's take a look at the results. So after all the self-teaching, just how well does it actually play the game? And the answer is incredibly well. I mean, just look at this chart. See that orange line that's just shooting up, leaving everything else in the dust? Yeah, that's Voyager. It's not just learning a little bit faster, it's playing on a completely different level than the other top methods out there. Let's put some numbers on that because it's pretty staggering. Get this, Voyager finds 3.3 times more unique items. And that's not just about collecting junk. It means it's gaining a way deeper knowledge of the world and all the stuff you can do in it. And because it knows more, it explores more. It travels 2.3 times farther than other AIs. This shows it isn't just hanging out in the starting area, playing it safe. It's actively pushing out into the unknown, all thanks to that built-in curiosity engine. But honestly, here's the real kicker. This is the stat that blows my mind. It unlocks major milestones in the game. Going from wood tools to stone, then to iron, a whopping 15.3 times faster. This is the whole point. Voyager isn't just learning more stuff, it's learning how to progress. And it's doing it way, way more efficiently. Look, this is all super impressive, but let's be real. This was never just about getting good at Minecraft. What this achievement represents has huge implications for the future of AI as a whole. I mean, the researchers behind Voyager said it themselves. Building an AI that can handle complex, messy, open-ended worlds, that's one of the biggest challenges the entire AI community is facing. It's a grand challenge for sure. And that's why this is such a big deal. The ideas at the heart of Voyager, that self-driven curiosity, the perfect code-based memory, the constant practice, none of that is actually specific to Minecraft. What we're looking at here is a blueprint, a foundational plan for making AI that can teach itself to do complex things in just about any environment, whether that's running software or even controlling a real-world robot. So it all leaves us with this one kind of mind-bending question. We've just seen an AI teach itself to master a world with no rules and infinite possibilities. If it can do that, what's next?